Cedar Fair, I will call it Cedar Fair because they're head honcho of all this merger, has now abruptly announced that they are getting rid of Nighthawk at Carowinds. The Arrow flying coaster that was set at the very front of Carowinds Park has been set for demolition and teardown without any notice to the public for any last rides. A lot of mixed feelings on this. Again, this is due to the merger of Six Flags and Cedar Fair, and I knew it, and I knew once this merger went through and they shook hands that they were going to clean house through Six Flags and Cedar Fair. So don't be surprised if there's more abrupt closings for certain rides and stuff. And so yes, we're going to get into this and see my thoughts and just see what the future of all this merger is going to be like. Let's start with the recent announcement of the closure of Nighthawk. Nighthawk I only got to ride once this year. And I'm very happy I got to ride it because now I can consider that the second flying coaster I did next to Manta at SeaWorld. This ride had a lot of mixed feelings through enthusiasts and general public people alike. It wasn't a favorite of a lot of people, but a lot of other people liked it. It wasn't the most craziest, highest roller coaster. It wasn't very fast. However, it was very compact and very intense. If you've ever been on a flying coaster, you're basically flying like Superman. So apparently for some time it had not been running that well. It had shaken a lot because of its age. Most coasters do, whether wood or steel, it's going to age. A lot of these attractions have been sitting for years and years. Now they're just deciding to close this on top of the merger that went through this year. Not on top of that, there will be some other closures in the park with two of their other rides. And again, with this announcement of a future mega ride or water attraction for something in 26. So they seem to be shooting for the next couple years for these brand new attractions. So it's not totally dead with the merger. You know, they have plans for the future. However, the way they're going about this is very sudden and unannounced. They are not giving notice to anybody, especially to give them time to have last rides. This is a no more chance kind of closure on this one, because Nighthawk at this point is closed for the rest of the year, and no one's ever going to get a chance to ride it again because it will not, as we know right now, it will not be available anymore. So I'm sorry, that's the way it is. It's crazy that they're not announcing this enough time to give people their one last rides. But I'm not wondering if they're just doing that just not to make it as, how I say it, like crazy. Because they know they're going to get ridiculous lines and stuff. Of course, the park's going to get lines, for these closures. But I don't know if they're just trying to speed this up as fast as they possibly can. As I say, they're cleaning house, and they are quickly doing this. They are trying to speed this process up, I believe, as fast as they possibly can. They did it with Kingda Ka. Now, mind you, Kingda Ka was sort of announced, not really by the park, but just in time for people to get their last rides on Kingda Ka. So, also with Carowinds, they are closing down their Enterprise ride, their classic, believe it's Huss that does these old Enterprises. To me, this is upsetting. I love these old Enterprise rides. I don't know why they're shutting them down. I have ridden multiple versions of these throughout quite a few parks, and they're just fun. I have also ridden the new version of these, and they're fun too, but I, for some reason, think these are more fun and more intense. So I just wish they would restore those. So, another abrupt closure now has just recently been announced that Anaconda at King's Dominion will be shutting down for good. This Arrow Looper is not a loss to me personally. Again, this is not a loss. I was more upset that the Cedar Fair company got rid of Vortex at Kings Island. Really, when they got rid of Vortex at Kings Island, they, instead of doing that, they should have gotten rid of Anaconda. To me personally, yell at me, do whatever, I don't care. I'm an enthusiast, but to me personally, I did not like this ride at all. It bored me to tears. I was not very thrilled with it. It was very underwhelming. And on top of that, the ride operations on this were terrible. Every time I went to go ride it, even in when it was dead, you could be the only one in the station and still waiting forever and ever, to get on the thing. I don't know why. But this ride, I only rode a couple times. To me, it was very slow, very boring. I was not thrilled with this at all. I honestly think there were parts of this ride that I didn't even know if it was going to make it through the loop and the corkscrews because it just went so slow. And I'm like, why am I even on this? This is not a loss for me personally. This should have gotten torn down some years ago. And yeah, it was there for the credit. Okay, cool. Do it for the credit. If it's open, yeah, just do it. I don't even think ridership was that great on it. I think for a lot of years, the ridership on this ride was very, very, very low. So, again, that's another thing they're cutting down on rides with low ridership and maintenance issues. But Anaconda is going to be gone now. So another space for maybe a future attraction and something else to go in its place. They are retheming a massive general area of King's Dominion for the new Reptaria wing coaster. Since they got rid of Volcano, they are now utilizing that space finally and doing something for the future projects. Well, we don't really know exactly what is next in store for the Cedar Fair merger, but things are moving along quickly. Things are moving along fast. And I honestly would expect more ride closures here very soon to see what is going to be done. Also, quick brief that California's Great America has recently announced that their holiday events have been canceled for this year. There have been rumors that this place will close. The park itself will close down and be sold off. So, fans of California's Great America, just so you know, this may be your last year in 2025, and I'm sorry to say you have a very short season. You only have a summer season, because why would you cancel your Halloween and Christmas events at a Cedar Fair park only to, and there have been rumors circulating that it is closing down for good. So 2025 for California's Great America may be your last year. And as far as you know, you only have a summer season to it. So get to it while you can, because 2025 is possibly your last chance to get to that park, as undoubtedly, I believe it may be closing down for good. For financial reasons, they are giving up this park, and that's basically what's going on. Cedar Fair merger will have more. I can guarantee you there will be more closures and more things to come, so stay tuned. But hey, it's a merger. Cedar Fair is cleaning house, and they're cleaning house quickly.